Israel's cabinet has delayed a vote on whether to implement a ceasefire in Gaza, and one estimate of the losses from the Los Angeles fires said they could be $250 billion. Good morning, I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. A vote by Israel's cabinet to implement a ceasefire agreement in Gaza has been delayed. As NPR's Kat Lonsdorf reports, that's come after the deal's mediators, the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar, announced that a deal had been struck.
Israel says that Hamas has gone back on several parts of the agreement at the last minute, according to a statement from the Prime Minister's office. It said that the Prime Minister has indefinitely postponed convening the cabinet to vote until all details are agreed upon. The deal has to be approved by Israel's government before a ceasefire can go into effect. In a statement on the group's Telegram channel, Hamas denied it had created obstacles, saying it was, quote, committed to the ceasefire agreement announced by the mediators. Two far-right members of Netanyahu's cabinet have been very vocal about opposing the deal, threatening to leave the government if Israel agrees to it, a move that could topple Netanyahu's coalition. Kat Lonsdorf, NPR News, Tel Aviv.
Several of President-elect Trump's picks for his cabinet will appear for confirmation hearings in the Senate today. They include former Texas State Representative Scott Turner to head housing and urban development, former Congressman Lee Zeldin for the EPA, and billionaire money manager Scott Bessent for Treasury Secretary. Another Senate committee will question Trump's choice to be Interior Secretary. NPR's Jonathan Lambert tells us that Trump's former political rival, Doug Burgum.
Burgum was governor of North Dakota from 2016 to 2023 when he decided to run in the Republican presidential primary. He was also a businessman and sold his software company to Microsoft in 2001 for $1.1 billion.
NPR's Jonathan Lambert reporting. Trump's choice for Attorney General, Pam Bondi, will return for a second day of questioning today. She's been asked about her personal advocacy for Trump. She testified yesterday that the Justice Department has targeted Trump for years, but Bondi says if she is confirmed, she would not politicize the agency. The powerful winds in Los Angeles are subsiding today. That has allowed fire crews to gain the upper hand on catastrophic blazes that tore through the region. At least 25 people have died, and more than 12,000 structures have been damaged or lost. Elise Hugh reports from Los Angeles. The largest recovery effort in California's history is now getting underway.
Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order to expedite the work of cleanup as soon as it's safe. AccuWeather, a company that provides data on weather impacts, says the economic loss from the firestorms will reach at least $250 billion. Part of that enormous price tag accounts for the destruction in Malibu and Pacific Palisades. They are home to some of the most expensive real estate in the country. The vast majority of fire evacuees are still not allowed to return to their neighborhoods, and the search for victims continues. For NPR News, I'm Elise Hugh in Los Angeles.
You're listening to NPR.